Facebook, locally, I was pretty cool. After this, I guess we could get the lounge where we were, right? It's at 9:30. Going in 9:30.
Are we gonna do that? Come back again, honey. No, Daddy did though. She was supposed to be there. Plus there's too much, trying to do, got too much stuff around. Well, they have.
Hell, is Doug able to work, or does he have to work clean the course?
Plug it back in.
There you go. I thought you'd already done it.
Mary talking to Clarissa.
She should have smoked a cigar.
Ah.
She did what?
She's over here. She doesn't like to smell that kind of cigar. I don't think she is. Oh, is she?
Michelle said she met Larry White.
We can't get room service tonight, can you? Where would it come from? Huh?
Thanks.
welcome. Welcome, not only in this beautiful ship, not only in this beautiful theater, but also in my favorite place in the world. Mine, or better, our imagination. That kind of place where literally everything can change. And also, that place where you can experience what is considered to be impossible. Thank you very much. This was just the beginning. Of course, I want to present myself. You know, my name is Adam Patrick Milner, and I came all the way from Italy. And that's weird. That's weird. Because there's absolutely nothing Italian in my name, nothing Italian in it. I want to explain you why. Simply because I'm Italian from my mom, and English from my dad's best friend, I suppose. So, and it's true, I'm a magician and illusionist, but what does that mean? A lot of persons think that magicians are not very honest people. Because our goal is to deceive you. But guys, we're honest from the beginning, because we promise that we will deceive you, and then we always keep our promise. And to do something impossible, we don't always need this fancy stuff. We can also do magic with simple and common objects. For example, clap your hand if you've ever seen a rope like this one. Okay, most of you, that's nice. But I don't know if you knew that every single rope in the entire world is the same. Did you know that? Of course, the kind of rope can change, but every single one of them have two ends and one center. That's pretty obvious, but nobody, except for all of you tonight, can ever see a rope with three ends. So this is quite unusual. More unusual than that is to see a rope with four ends. Sorry about this. Of course, it's impossible to do a magic trick with a rope with four ends and just one center, but don't worry, because I have a solution. I discovered that if I put two ends on one side, two ends on the other side, if I stretch them up a little bit, sorry, I have to do this face so it doesn't work. Okay, now we have two rope and we can continue, but now another problem begins. I don't know any magic trick with two rope. Those are very, very difficult, and for that reason, I can only do magic with just one piece of rope. Thank you. Okay, we're warming up. A rope, two ends and one center as before. And the most common thing to do with a rope. A knot. 10 years of my life in 1 second. I need your help for this. Everybody! Guys, if you don't upload here, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. That's the hardest part of the show for me, okay? Just to clarify. No, of course, the hard part is not to make the knot. It's never tied up too hard, because if you do that, you lose the ends. And how is it possible to do a magic trick with a rope with no ends and just a center? Okay, it's even more stranger, sorry. This part is about 20 minutes. If you want to go to the bathroom, this is like the perfect time. But no, I'm kidding, of course. Never lose the ends. And when you need them, you just need to put it on top of the rope like this, and with one magic blow, the rope come together one more time. Okay, we're warming up, and of course, probably most of you are thinking, yes, but what's the secret? Oh man, if you want to know, I want you to explain immediately. I was born like this because I simply have two left hands. Whoa, I'm sorry. Sometimes it happens. Screw myself doing this every time. And I know that the show has been pretty rock and roll so far, but life is not always rock and roll. And I don't want to keep my life out of my show. For this reason, the next trick is dedicated to my granddad, who was a great wine connoisseur. He knew everything about wine, and this was his absolute favorite magic trick. With just a few simple objects, we don't need too much, we just need 2 tubes, a bottle of his favorite Italian wine, and of course, his glass. And maybe just a little bit of atmosphere, please. Because the rules of this trick are easy, very easy. Tube number 1, it's gonna cover the glass. Easy, very easy. Tube number 2, it's gonna cover the bottle. Oh, sorry, that one is there, because once my granddad gave this suggestion to me, it's always better to have one more then one less. And I thought it was a good suggestion and I want to follow it. So please remember, we always need an extra one I put in here. Please remember, one is for the glass, one is for the bottle. Then one elegant, simple magic gesture like this. And they can actually change places. Because now here we have the glass, yes, and here we have the bottle. But the hard part, guys, the hard part is to make them go back. Thank you very much. No? No? Enough? Okay, just for the person that, I don't know why, who don't believe me, guys. Really, in exact moment, when we cover them, they can actually change places. But it was true, guys. The hard part is always to make them go back. Thank you. But please remember, tube number one, this one, I want everybody to see very well. Tube number one, this one also there in the top. Tube number one, it's always for the bottle. Tube number two, this one, it's of course for... Sorry, I almost forgot, my bad, because it's always better to have one more than one less. I put it here. Sorry. So remember, please, one is for the bottle, one is for the glass. And when we cover them, they actually change places. Again! It worked! Okay, I'm happy now, I'm happy. But please remember, tube number one, this one, I want everybody to see very well. Tube number one, this one, it's always for the bottle. Tube number two, this one, it's of course for the... Sorry. I almost forgot we need an extra one I put here. Sorry. Okay, please remember, when it's for the bottle, one is for the glass. And when we cover them, they can actually change places one more time! It worked! That's nice! Okay, we're warming up, but please, I want you to know that only magicians that are very, very good at it can do it with one hand and one tube only. But nothing changed. Because in exact moments, when I cover the glass, it becomes a bottle. When I cover the bottle, it becomes a glass. But the trick is the same. Thank you. I know what you're thinking. Don't worry. So please, let me just add the right quantity of wine to do some magic together. And of course for you to be able to recognize the glass, of course. Because rules never change. Tube number one, it's always for? Wow. Tube number two is for? Wow. And when we cover them, they actually change places again! It worked! But please remember, tube number one, it's always for? Wow. The bottle. Tube number two, this one, it's of course... Sorry, there's an extra one every year. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Remember, one is for the bottle, the other one is for the glass. When we cover them, they can actually change places one more time. The secret, of course, it's always having an extra bottle. And guys, I'm ashamed to tell you that it took me 10 years to understand why this was my granddad's favorite trick. And, guys, I'm not crazy. I turn around, so. 1, 2, and 3. Ah! Oh, everybody love to feel your face. Who gets it? And please round of applause for him. Come here and stay. Join us here. Stick with applause. Keep that chick in the air. Never happened before in my life. Never happened before. Oh my God. What's your name, sir? Stick with applause. A big round of applause for him, please. Sorry, sir. Thank you. Oh, sorry. What's your name? Sorry? Oh no, because I can't hear from this side. Tell me over here. Ron, okay, that's much better. For everybody who doesn't understand. I'm not that crazy, So I want to know this, Ron. I paid this $100, but it's worth it. You know why? Because every time that I'm in parties, I throw this at my friends while they're drinking or something. Priceless for me, priceless. So, don't worry. And now, do you want to help me? Do you want to examine everything correctly? So step over here for a second, because I will need your help. First of all, this beautiful metal plate. Mosh, please. Extract this. I want you to tap it over here and tell me, is this real metal, real solid, nothing strange? Also the other side, maybe there's something tricky. Tap it. No? Come on this side with me. Tap it over here. Tell me, is it solid? Too much. Okay, very solid. Too much solid. Also the other side here. Maybe also in the bottom. Step over here in the front. The bottom is solid. Very nice. So let me put the metal plate right back in its position. Thank you. Check very carefully. You already see the show. Okay. Now. And because you need to check one more very important thing, Ron. Of course, the lock. So please try to open it as hard as you can. Try. No? I have my secret. No problem. You can try with this. I'm a professional man. Look, please try to confirm for everyone. This is a normal lock, real metal, nothing strange about it. And please, since you know people don't trust magician, I don't want to touch. Close it over here for me and be sure that it's safe. Thank you very much. Yes, close it. And then give me the keys because I do magic and not miracles. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Close it. Be sure that it's safe. Perfect. Safe. A big round of applause for Ron, everybody. Thank you very much for your help. I really appreciate it. You can join back to your seat. But I'm curious now. I want to see if he can survive twice. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Sorry, it's my favorite part of the show. So, and now, guys, sounds fair enough to me. So we have the keys. Everything has been checked. Everything. Keep this in mind. Everything has been checked. So I think that we are ready to begin.
You should be rolling me, you should be rolling me. You're a real life fantasy, you're a real life fantasy. But you move so carefully, let's start living dangerously. Talk to me, baby. I'm rolling up the fantasy, baby. Let's go crazy, crazy. Keep on hoping, can't body ocean. Talk to me, baby.
once upon a time. And that's it. That's the key. That's the point. That's the fortune of dreamers. Living in a more colorful and brighter world. Within you, nobody will stop you from shining like the brightest star under the limitless blue sky. But I know that sometimes even the smallest light seems to disappear and leave us in darkness. But please, never lose hope. Because if you know where to look for it, inside of your heart, you will always find the light you need. I'll give you some. To you, thank you! Oh, magic! What a wonderful thing. You know, I still remember the first time they asked me that fateful question. Adam, what you want to do when you grow up? It was a difficult question for me at the time. Didn't know what they meant. Not even who these grown-ups were that I heard so much about at the time. But it was normal. I was 6 years old. But then, something completely unexpected happened. And although I couldn't have known it yet, it would change my life forever. I received my first magic box and learned my very first magic trick. I remember the feeling, the emotion, when in my head I realized I've done something completely impossible for others. I was amazed and I will never forget it. Even today, that I'm 22 years old, I always keep with me in my wallet a little tiny, light blue envelope that contains the first card I've ever done a magic trick with. I don't know if I believe in good luck charms or these sort of things, but I give it such a sentimental value to this card that I feel the need to carry with me wherever I go. And tonight, I want to create something equally important for you. A card that will be yours forever. And above all, created by you. And to do that, I need to come closer. We have a beautiful audience here tonight. Wow! Full house tonight. Thank you for coming. Thank you very much. Oh, a beautiful audience, because I will need the help of a few persons now. For example, we have a beautiful lady here on the first one. What's your name? Jenny, now you have the first choice. Because every single one of us know that cards have two colors. There are black cards, or maybe red cards. Don't rush. Take your time. And only when you have an answer, shout it out loud so everybody can hear you. Or red, or black. Red? Are you sure? Very nice. Thank you very much. We'll see. I want to go on this side now. Let's see. For example, we have... What's your name? Now you have the second choice. Because between the red cards, there are diamonds card, or maybe heart cards. Don't rush, take your time, and only when you have an answer, shout it out loud so everybody can hear you. Or heart, or diamonds.
Heart.
Diamonds? Are you sure? Thank you very much. And now, one last choice. One last person. We'll see. For example, you was with your hands up, I have to do it. What's your name? What's your name? Exactly, now you have the last choice. Because now, he don't have two options anymore. He has 13 of them. Because now he can say the 8, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, until the 10, or maybe Jack, Queen, or King. Don't rush, take your time. And when you have an answer, shout it out loud so everybody can hear you. Or a number between 1 and 10, or maybe Jack, Queen, or King. Queen? Are you sure? Nice. So we have a red card. And I was 10 years old when my granddad comes again to me with that fateful question. Adam, what you want to do when you grow up? I didn't have any doubt, any kind of hesitation. I look at him, my eyes shone, and I said I want to be a magician. And why? The magician, Adam. Well, because that way I will never grow up. And it's true. And I feel very lucky, because even today I'm honored to carry this art with me wherever I go. Just to give you this beautiful and wonderful sense of joy that makes us all become a little kid once again. Please confirm that it's really the Queen of Diamonds, not the random card, but really the one you selected, really the one you thought! But please, don't leave, because I have one more very important things to tell you. Because this year, I've learned that dreams were not meant to be broken. Dreams were not meant to be hidden. Dreams, at least for what I know, are made to be left free to fly. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks again for your support every single night that I'm on stage. It's a little dream that becomes true. So really, thanks again for your support. I hope to see you around the cruise. But before saying goodbye, I want to share with you something truly unique. So let's have some fun.
Come on, when it's wet, oh, it's cold outside. What you got? What you got? I am wondering. I want to hear you sing it. Come on. Well, I didn't hear you today. What can make me feel this way? My name, talking about my name, my girl. Ooh, that boy was smooth on it. That boy, you done have some, he had a little bumping truck in it right there. That was pretty, did you do a good job? That means your dad raised you right. Got you raised up on the classics right there. He was good. Did y'all enjoy Cozumel? Yeah. Alright, everybody have a little tequila through there? Tequila. Nice, good. Anybody see anything interesting today? Anything? No. Woohoo. You saw dolphins? Nice. Anything else? No barracudas? Tiny fish. Nice. That's good. Who? A puffer fish? Who? Puffer fish, shark, sea lion. Nice. Sea lion right there. That's always good. Okay? I learned that today. Stingray. Nice. Well, good. I just want to know what y'all did today. Who? What's it called? Cotamandi? A cotamandi. It's like a raccoon. Are they like raccoon cousins? Is this a real thing or she's just making fun of me because I don't speak Spanish? Is it cotamandi? You got a picture of it. He stole something. Okay, now it sounds like you're getting into a movie right here. He stole something from a store. Is this, first, whoever's not related to this lady, is it cotamandi? Is that a thing? Excuse me. I don't have Mexican National Geographic, guys, okay? I only have normal National Geographic, then somebody else translate. Okay, all right, so I'll look at it after then. All right, okay, you know, it's fine. It's fine, you got a video, I'll check it out. I'll confirm it later. We'll do it through Mythbusters. Okay! we will do some Mythbusters. Tomorrow's a sea day, so same rules apply. Don't get off the ship, okay? I have a morning show here tomorrow morning. I'll be looking for some more dad jokes, so don't miss out. All right, I don't know if you heard today. I went out today and I got in a car accident, unfortunately. But Mickey Mouse was driving another car. But it's okay, he only hurt Disney. He only hurt Disney, that's the only thing. Disney, I ain't got time to explain all the jokes. Disney, because the Disney, I ain't got time to explain how my Mickey Mouse works. And then tomorrow night, they got a rock show for you, rock royalty. You got any rock fans? So it's a phenomenal show. You don't want to miss it. Tonight's show is going to be great. It's going to be a little taste of everything live from MSCC show. We're going to mix it all up there. You get to see all our acts, our performers. They bring it out. And then tomorrow, we're also giving away a free cruise too. Who wants to win a free cruise? So we got a winter cruise bingo. You get to win a free cruise, a free 7-day night cruise, any MSC ship you want, but you got to be here for the bingo tomorrow afternoon, 3 o'clock, so come and check us out. Then tonight we're going to have our sunshine party. Dancing, boom, 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 like a dancing machine. So if you got your 70s outfits, come and join us. If you don't, just put some bell bottoms on, it's fine. Whatever you want to do, make it work. Make it work tonight. We got one more R-rated comedy show with Jay Stevens at 11:30 tonight, so the adults, you can come out and have some fun with us, all right? But I just wanted to say, what's up? See if anybody did anything fun today. Anybody eat any nachos? Nice. Some guacamole? No guacamole? No nachos? Just Doritos? What do we teach you? If you laugh in Spanish, it sounds like what? I'm glad y'all listen, so you can also find about the Mexican raccoon. All right. Tonight's show live from MSCC show is coming to you to this stage, and without you, we can't do it. So are you ready? Then please, with a thunderous round of applause, welcome to the stage live from MSCC show.
glamorous lucky street. When we're out together dancing cheek to cheek.
Oh, I love to climb a mountain and to reach the highest peak. But it doesn't thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek.
Oh, I'd love to go fishing in a river or a lake. But for the joy of as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Dance with me, I will waltz around you. The charms around you will carry me through.
In my soul that I can never speak, and I seem to find the happiness I see.
When we're all together dancing, all together dancing.
You sing the well-to-do upon Lenox Avenue, on that famous thoroughfare with their noses in the air. High hats and narrow curves, wide spats and $50 spend in every dime on a wonderful time. If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where Harlem flicks? Put it on the Ritz.
Spangled gowns upon the bevy of high brows from down the levy, all misfits.
Put it on the Ritz. That's where we should go.
Every Thursday evening when the swell rolls,
Rubbing elbows, come with me and we'll attend their jubilee and sing the splendor as to Put it on the Ritz. One spats and ice and hours. You don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion seeks? Put it on the Ritz.
different types who wear a day coat, pants and stripes, cutaway coat, perfect fits. Put it on the Ritz.
Dress up like a midnight cruiser,
Trying hard to look like Gary Cooper.
and all this mix for Rockefellers, one with six and umbrellas in the middle. Put it on the
Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Our incredible mix act all the way from Hungary. We have the incredible Roman. troubled water, I will lay me down. When you're weary, feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all. I'm on your side. When times get rough, and friends just can't be found, like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down, like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down. When you're down and out, when you're on the street, when evening falls so hard, I will comfort you. I'll take your heart. When darkness comes, pain is all around, like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down, like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down. Sing on silver girl, sing on fire. The time has come to shine on your dreams of see how they shine. Oh, if you really need a friend, I'm sitting right like a bridge over troubled water. I will ease your mind, like a bridge over troubled water. I will ease your mind. I'll be your bridge, your troubled water. When you're down, I will carry you like a bridge, your troubled water. Lay me down.
is what you say. You promised me camp and then put me through hell. Chains all loud, got a hold on me. My conscience a prison, you can't break free. Oh, you're alone in God. Yeah. Oh, there's nowhere to run. No one can save me. They tell me she's done. Shot through the heart, and you're too late. You need love. When I'm apart, you pay your debt. You need love. You need
Angel smile on your lips, blood and nails on your fingertips. The schoolboy's dream, you act so shy. Your very first kiss was your first kiss goodbye. Oh, you're alone and gone. Yeah. Whoa, there's nowhere to run. No one can save me. The damage is done. Shot through the heart, and you're too late. You need love. When I'm gone, you play your game. You need love.
some hands right there. Let them know how much you enjoyed the show. But thank you so much for coming out for our live from MSC Seashore tonight.
Just in time, y'all.
Literally.
need little hugs like the one in me. That's okay, let's see how you do it. Put up your jukes and let's get down to it. Have me with your best shot. Why don't you hit me with your best shot? Have me with your best shot. Fire away. Come on, baby, come on, the fire's there. That's okay, see if I care. Knock me down, it's all in vain. I get my love on my feet again. Hit me with your best shot. Come on, hit me with your best shot. Hit me with your best shot. Fire away. Hit me with your best shot. Why don't you hit me your best shot? Hit me with your best shot. Fire away. Hey, hey. Small town girl, lonely heart. The midnight train going.
It's a city boy, born in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere.
See that in a smoky room. Smell of wine and cheap perfume. For a while we shared a night. It goes on and on and on and on. Strangers, going down the boulevard. Shadows searching in the night. City lights, people, living just to find emotions hiding.
I can do that.
somebody to love. Find me 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 somebody to love. Somebody, 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 find me somebody, find me somebody to love. Anybody, find me.
after time. I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. Had bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share of tactics in my face, but I've gone through. We are the champions, my friend, and we'll keep on fighting till the end.
one more. Give it up for Prince Eric and give it up for your dancers. Give it up for your singers.
When we hear the certain call,
When the world has come together as one,
there are people dying. It's time to lend a hand.
through life, the greatest gift of all.
We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's no choice for me. We're saving our lives. It's true, make a better day. Just you and me. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's no choice for me. We're saving all our lives. It's true, make a better day. Just you and me.
Those hands together, come on.
We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's no choice we make. We're saving all our lives. It's true, we make a brighter day. So thank you.
Give it up for this amazing cast of Rock Now, we're representing about over 62 different nationalities on board, and you could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to be right here on board with us. We've only got a few that represent, the rest of them are working hard, but if you could, big round of applause, get it for our team members right there. Our international You're down to see us.
much electronic. You may continue to use your portable electronic devices, or you may stow them within reach. Just make sure that you remain in game or airplane mode.